enabling soldiers to keep fighting has been a major idea, both in fiction and the real world. It's a great source of power for comic book stories and characters. Marvel, in particular, has explored the idea and what might come about with such experimentation. Today we are going to look at some of the origin stories that start off with the attempt at creating a super soldier. I'm Ollamh, and welcome to Geek Trivia. The first and most obvious hero is Captain America. He was the perfection of the super soldier project. A physically weak and flawed young man who wanted nothing more than to fight in World War II and beat back the bullying Nazi forces. Through the project, his flaws are corrected and he was given strength, stamina, and agility beyond what even a normal human could have. The question will soon arise about why it worked for Rogers and not for many of the other characters that we're going to talk about. What was different about Captain America? Was it his goal or something about the serum itself? In many cases it seems that the different attempts all have the same end result, to unlock what is hidden in the person. In Cap's case, it was the desire to protect people from evil. In several of the more modern origin stories for the Hulk, Bruce Banner was working on a variation of the super soldier experiment, adding in gamma radiation with the serum to bring about the change. But instead of becoming a super soldier, it turned Banner into a huge, raging monster. So, what was different here? The difference lies again in the person. Banner was an angry man in general, though not necessarily outwardly angry. He was viewed by his girlfriend's father as being a weak nerd. He was a scientist, not a soldier. When he was exposed to the radiation and formula, it added the strength he believed he would need to please his would-be father-in-law, but it also unleashed his repressed anger. In many ways, one could make the argument that he succeeded just as well as the original program. Looking at another attempt to recreate the program brings us to Carl Lucas, a young man with a criminal past. Running with gangs and in and out of juvenile homes in his youth, Lucas had dreams of one day becoming a major racketeer. Finally realizing how his criminal behavior was affecting his family, he turned away from his life of crime. His one-time partner and friend set him up and Lucas wound up in jail. While in jail, he was recruited for a cell regeneration project. At the time, Lucas was a favorite target for an extremely sadistic guard. The project gave Lucas increased strength and durability. Taking on the name Luke Cage, and sometimes going by Power Man, Lucas became a mercenary. Again, the project gave him what he needed and wanted. He would no longer suffer cruel beatings and had a way to make a good living. Another lesser-known soldier that became a form of super soldier is Nick Fury. The original Nick Fury was a commander of the Howling Commandos in World War II, and was part of a project that involved the Infinity Formula. Not quite as powerful as the Super Soldier project that created Captain America, it did enable Fury to live far past his normal lifespan with increased strength and agility. In Fury's case, it wasn't to become a protector of those less fortunate, but to truly become a better soldier to protect the American way of life. After World War II, he went on to become the head of S.H.I.E.L.D., protecting the United States against covert threats, a job that was greatly helped out by his extended lifespan. It's difficult to fool someone who has lived and breathed the spy life for over 50 years. Now, not all of the subjects for the Super Soldier projects have turned into some form of hero. In fact, most of the villains for these characters were equally exposed. For example, there's the counterpart to Captain America, the Red Skull. Subjected to the Super Soldier project in order to become the perfect Nazi soldier, the Red Skull gained strength and such, same as Cap, but his head was changed as well. Instead of looking like a normal human, his head resembles a red skull, giving him a frightening appearance. This stands as an example of the project unlocking more than just strength. The project exposed the hatred and desire to invoke fear that the skull held dear. For the Hulk, there was the creation of the Abomination. Emil Blonsky was a soldier on a task force that was tasked with bringing the Hulk in. Obviously, though, nobody could face against him in a fight, which meant that someone had to go through the same process as Banner did in order to have any hopes of bringing him down. When Blonsky turned into the Abomination, his lack of conscience and sheer determination to accomplish his mission showed through more than it had ever done before. With his increased strength, he could put innocent citizens in danger to draw out the Hulk, and wouldn't feel the least bit bad about it. It wasn't so much that he had a desire to hurt people, but it was merely the means to an end, and that end was the capture or destruction of the Hulk. So there we have 6 different examples of variations of the Super Soldier project and the end results. Each time it did what was expected, increased the strength and durability of the person, but in various different ways. In each case, it also focused the personality of the character, from the protective aspects of Captain America and Nick Fury, to the anger of the Hulk, the desire to cause fear of the Red Skull, and even the determination to complete the mission of Abomination. It's kind of surprising that the scientists of the various Marvel universes wouldn't realize this fact and work towards perfecting the project. Maybe because Captain America was the first subject, they saw it as working perfectly from the start, though it had more to do with the person it was used on than the actual formula being perfect itself. So what do you think about the Super Soldier projects? Do you believe that they should have been more selective of their subjects? Or was it a problem with the variations of the formula? Please, leave a comment down below, send us a tweet, or leave a comment on our Facebook page, and let us know your thoughts on the matter. As always, thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for more from Ollamh Productions.
If you wanna see some crazy,
Cheerio!
so lazy, then you should meet me and my friends.
We'll tack you with the OS disc. Operate this! Whoa! The enemy has stopped working and must be restarted. Blue sky, blue screen him! And is it me, or is the sorceress